Hi guys, yes, I'm gonna address it. I'm gonna address the problem that all BMW newcomers and new owners eventually will have after they read the internet comments about the timing chain problem. And yes, it is true, BMW recognized that problem and address it, and for that you can find a lot of documentation on their website, I think, about the N47 timing chain problem. So let's get into it. First of all, we have to say that not all of the cars equipped with this engine, the N47, the version 2820C, this is the code, the engine's number. You have 3 types of N47A, so not all of them and all of the production series models have this problem. Yes, it is true that it happens to some cars under 100,000 kilometers that timing chain broke, and I will get into that later on in this video. So I hope you bear with me. So yes, I have done the operation. I have changed all my timing chain kit, and the kit is composed I think by 2 chains, 3 sprockets and 2 chain sliders. The problem, the real problem, as you might think, it is not the chain itself, it's the chain slider, because those sliders are big, like 4 to 6 centimeters, and the original one were made of plastic. That plastic torn apart, and if it's really worn, it will crack, and if the plastic cracks, the chain sliders are holding the tension in the chain, so that tension has to be kept in some margin. If one of the sliders crack and disintegrates, the chains gets loose, and if it gets loose, it goes around the sprockets or even fell off, and from the camshaft inertia that is very powerful, it's gonna break. And if it's gonna break, your camshaft will spin eventually to a stop, and the cylinder heads will hit all your valves, and it will bend them. And not only that, it will always scrap and scratch the cylinder head, and if that chain broke at a higher speed, you can even have engine body crack, and I've seen a lot of big problems occurring from bad and a failure timing chain. So BMW acknowledged that since 3 years, I think now, in the United States and in Europe, I think in other countries, made a recall program. To find out if you can apply to that recall program, you have to call them. I have called my BMW dealers and asked them, I've given them my VIN number, the vehicle information number, I think you all know that. So after a day or 2, they called me back. After they called me back, they explained that my car was not in the program because I didn't have that type of chain slider installed. I didn't want to be the one that suffered from that type of problem, and I booked myself to a very well and known service in my country, and that service, it's in a partnership with the BMW dealers, and every repair that you do on that dealer, it automatically saves it on your key, and you know that when you go to a dealership, BMW dealership, it reads your key, and your key shows all of your kilometers and all your service due, all of that. I bet you already know that. I've done my timing change 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and I have to tell you that on the sound part, that I heard a lot of mechanics, no, you can hear the timing chain rattle. No, when you hear the timing chain rattle or you hear a big rattle, I don't think you can escape that. You can have, I don't know, like 50 kilometers or 100, and so my advice is don't wait for the rattle. In some of the cases, the owners said that they didn't hear nothing, and they're driving like cruising on the highway, and suddenly the engine car stops. They heard a big bang, boom, and the engine just stopped, and the dash filled up with light. It's a Christmas tree, you all know it. So don't wait for that timing chain noise. And another problem, there are a lot of mechanics who can say, yes, I'm hearing something. No, you cannot hear the timing chain problem, because the BMW engineers developed a method using 5 very sensitive omnidirectional microphones, and with elaborate software they can prematurely detect if something is wrong with your chain sliders. But even then, they said it is not a 100% thing to be sure that your sliders are okay. So I booked my service due. I went there. The whole operation took like 1 day, from 7 a.m. in the morning till I think 5 or 6 p.m. The whole operation was done with my engine out of the car, on the service table. It's a pretty neat job. They really clean the engine inside out. I did saw my engine and the kit change. So like I told you, there are two chains. One is the timing chain that links the camshaft to the timing shaft itself, and another one, it's a smaller chain. Another problem beside the timing chain sliders is the camshaft sprockets. Down there you have to the end of the camshaft a sprocket. It's like this big, and it has teeth like all ordinary sprocket have. From a lot of usage, some of those teeth can break and the chain will slip, and that is another common failure for the timing chain. And the whole operation cost about 700 euros. Not that exactly, but around this you can make yourself your own opinion on how much it will cost. If you go to an original BMW dealership, they will tax you like 1000 euros, but it's the same thing. This series that I went to uses original BMW ship kits for the timing chain, the original serial numbers for every chain and every sprocket installed, and they did a pretty good job. So yes, I have over 20,000 kilometers. I don't remember, I have to set the invoice. And another thing, and with this I want to end this discussion, very important thing is, if you like this car and you really want to buy it, all the cars affected by this, they have N47 engines. So you have the e90 LCI model, you have the F10 model, you have the X1, you have the 4th series, the 3rd series, and the 5th series. So be very careful. They all have, when you buy it, you must check if you have the 2.0 engine N47, and if you have the N47 engine, you might be inclined to not buying this car because you have heard of this problem. So I tell you this, if you have the money to buy this car especially, and any other car with the N47 engine, because they are all new, I think you have prepared 1000 euros for any repairs. So what I've done when I bought a car, the first thing, I've changed timing chain, and after that I didn't have any other stress about this car. It doesn't give me any problems for 3 years of ownership. In conclusion, if you love this car, don't judge it on the few numbers that broke, because let's be honest, BMW sold over, I don't know, 5 million units only for this model, I think, the 3 series, and from that numbers, only worldwide, only 1050 to 2000 cars suffered the problem. So yeah, if you put that in perspective, it is only a very small percent that had this problem, and not all of them have, and the ones that have that problem were under 1050k kilometers. So yeah, keep that in mind. I do encourage you to buying this car, even in X-drive or rear-wheel drive like mine is. It's a pretty neat car. You will be very amazed by it, and you'll be very happy of your purchase, never minding that 1000 euros that you have to spend and waiting a whole day for the mechanics to change your timing change. I hope I've clarified your situation on this problem, and next time when you're gonna read a topic about the e90 N47 problem, you look at it with a different perspective, because you heard it from me. I am a owner. You can read it on the e90 posts, other owners that have changed their timing chain, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you very much for supporting this, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell button so that you'll get notified when I post new videos. Thanks, and see you in the next one.